Okay, today I am going to show you the working principle of Kjeldahl distillation unit. I am going to show you how the unit operates in fact. I have already installed the unit. Let me name the parts. This is the dropping funnel. It is used to hold sodium hydroxide solution. This is the Kjeldahl trap. This is the condenser. This is the jacket to hold the digested sample. This is the conical flask to hold the boric acid solution. We have the boiler which is filled with distilled water. This generates the steam, and then we have the additional funnel to top it up with distilled water. So as and when we finish the experiment, we need to top it up with equal amount of distilled water. Okay, we have already installed this unit. Now let me start the experiment. To start the experiment, first we have to dismantle the jacket. Okay, the jacket can be opened like this. Now this is my digested sample. It is milk powder. I have already digested it. Now I am going to load the sample into the jacket. I am going to fix the spring. Now I shall start the cooling water supply in the condenser. Now there are certain points which you have to remember while working with Kjeldahl distillation unit. When you are doing the experiment, see that the power is always there. Don't leave the unit unattended. And after each experiment, please clean all the glass parts with distilled water and apply silicone grease to the ground joints so that there won't be any freezing. You need to apply silicone grease to the ground joints so that there won't be any freezing. Now I have loaded the sample here. I am going to start the boiler. As you can see, the heater is getting heated up. Within few minutes it will start generating the steam. Now one important point, we need to keep this stopcock open for few minutes until you see some amount of steam coming out through the additional funnel. Once you see the steam coming out through the additional funnel, then you can close the stopcock. Initially it should be in open position only. I have already taken boric acid solution in this. The tip of the silicone tubing should be immersed in boric acid solution. Now you can see the steam coming out from the additional funnel. I will close the stopcock. Now once I close this stopcock, the steam comes into the jacket and starts bubbling the digested sample. It is very important that the silicone tubing with the glass tube be immersed in boric acid solution. Now I shall open the stopcock and release sodium hydroxide solution. You can add some more amount of sodium hydroxide solution. You can see that the liquid has become dark brown in color. The ammonia is liberated. Now it will get captured in this boric acid solution and the color will change from light pink to green. We have provided two glass valves, one-way valve, non-return valves, one here and one here. The non-return valve, once you open the sodium hydroxide solution, the sodium hydroxide solution will flow into the jacketed vessel. The ammonia will not escape from here as we have provided a non-return valve here. Do not change the direction of the non-return valve. This is already fixed by us. The same thing happens here also. We have fixed the non-return valve here so that the ammonium borate, the final solution here is ammonium borate. The ammonia which is liberated here gets captured in the boric acid solution and forms ammonium borate. There will be no escape of ammonia gas because of these two non-return valves. Never interchange the direction of the non-return valves because there is a chance that if you interchange it, then there won't be any condensation of ammonia gas. Okay, so we have already checked it and fixed it. Keep it as it is. Now, before starting this experiment, always check whether the distilled water in the steam boiler is above the heater. It should be at least 1 inch above the heater. If there is less amount of water, please top it up here with some amount of distilled water. You can stop this after you have collected 150 ml of the distillate. Please collect 150 ml of the distillate. Before starting the experiment, we have provided a manual. Please go through the manual and the pictorial diagram and identify the parts. We have provided the manual with step-by-step information how to do the experiment. So please go through this and then start doing your experiment. So now you can see almost 150 ml of the distillate has been collected. Now to switch off this unit, first remove this conical flask. Okay, remove this conical flask. Switch off the unit and then release the stopcock immediately. This step is very important. If you don't release the stopcock, then all the digested solution will get siphoned back into the boiler. We do not want that. So please release the stopcock immediately after the experiment. Now, so the experiment is over. We have captured ammonia. It has become ammonium borate solution. After the experiment is over, remove the springs, okay, and add some amount of distilled water. Add some amount of distilled water and remove the jacket. Okay. Now you can dispose this thing off. Okay, you can dispose this thing and you can start the next experiment. But now I am going to do the titration. So I have taken this and I am going to titrate it against 0.1 normal HCl. The color once again becomes pink. There is a change in color from green to pink. This means that this is the end point of titration. Note down the burette reading and go for the calculation. We have given the formula, go for the calculation. Okay, thank you.